Hey guys, Gameboy 3800 here once again, and graphics cards. Roughly $3,000 worth of graphics cards. So yeah, these are the cards that I use in Project Bolide, like 4 million at this point. As of right now, I plan on adding one more in this location, but that's for another time. This is what I have now, and after quite a few months in the case that is not completely dust-proof, how did they fare up? I'm doing this video because while I was rearranging the video cards in Bolide, I saw that the Quadro actually has some dust in the fan here. Probably won't show up too good on video, but trust me, it's there. And that got me thinking, how did all the other cards fare? So that's what we're going to find out today. Instead of a air canister, I am using a hose thing now. Don't worry, I will turn off the camera so that you don't have to hear this for 5 minutes of pressure buildup in between cards. Yeah, it is quite annoying, but it does do the job very well. So the first card I'm going to look at is the Quadro, since it is the dustier of all of them, I would assume, because it's single slot and the dust doesn't really have anywhere to go. So I'm going to move these two cards up, and just start with the Quadro here. I will turn down the volume considerably because of how loud this is. So as usual with cleaning out a fan, oh yeah, we're back on a FedEx box for today. Do it very little at a time. Don't let the fan spin too much, otherwise you could damage the bearings. So now we're going to go through the other side. I suspect this would benefit from the cooler shroud coming off, but that uses super tiny hex bits that I don't think I have, and I don't want to take apart a $900 video card. Same for all the others, like, I don't want to take apart that $900 video card or that $1,000 video card. So we will only be doing like spraying down from the top, from the fans, and from the I/O, so that we don't need to take anything apart. And we will all see if there's any dust particles coming out. I don't think there will be, but considering that this fan here has this amount of dust on it, on my finger, I think it might actually. I do not think it would. But it is the oldest video card by far inside my system. So I'm going to let the pressure build back up for a second, and then we will get the spraying out. Okay, the pressure has built back up. And now, I suppose you're going to see what comes out. I'm going to do the what is it? Right fan, center fan, left fan. So, right fan first. Center fan. Right fan. And because this does exhaust from both the top and the bottom, I will do it from the bottom side as well. So, now doing the left fan. And now the right fan. Alright, so overall, I think most of that was surface dust and not too much of it actually got down to the heatsink. I did spray all across the top of the PCB, and I didn't see any dust coming up the top here. I still don't see any there. So maybe not really dusty, and it really is more surface dust. Like for the Quadra, I also did not see any dust coming out. I guess now it's time for the next card. Okay. That seems like a safe and, of course, logical thing to do. Place two $900 graphics cards directly on top of each other. So we will do the exact same thing for this card. And wow. Even just lifting it, the PCB bends, and I am curious. I was wondering if the silver on these cards was metal, and it might be coated in some half metal thing. Anyways, I don't see any dust buildup on this. Not yet. It is one of the newer cards, but all the same, I will still give it a good cleaning. So, another break to let the pressure build back up. Okay, the pressure has built back up. We're going to do the same thing for this card. I'm going to move it up a bit so it's not too close to these over here. This cooler on this card is different from the other Hall of Fame. Oh wow, that was close. Yeah, the Hall of Fame name shroud on this one here, it goes down farther, like this white piece below Hall of Fame goes down farther than the one on this one. How interesting. I wonder if there's a cooling efficiency thing for that, or if it was just a misprint of the plastic molding. I don't know. Other side as well. I should have let the pressure build up more. It doesn't seem like there's any dust anyways, but you know. And that's going to be it. None of these cards are too dusty. Only the standard LN2 edition had any kind of surface dust. And I suspect the only dust we saw in the Quadro was surface dust as well. And the only reason why that had any was because it is single slot and air doesn't have much place to go. I suppose we could try to get it cleaner, but I don't think there's any kind of dust bunnies inside this cooler. It's only been a few months. And then I was surprised to see how dusty the LN2 edition was, but considering that it is the bottom card in my setup right now, and it will continue to be the bottom card, it's closest to the bottom fans, it's closest to the power supply, it's closest to the power supply and power cables, and that's the most important thing. There's not too much airflow going on down there, so dust can settle down there, and then this card being right next to it, as soon as the system powers up, fans spin up, and away the dust goes into the system. So, yep. And then this card being in between them, I thought would have the best chance of not getting any dust, but I guess I'm wrong. Also, speaking of single slot here, you can see how these cards are so fat. They're 2.5 slots. They're just like the Zotac card I took a look at before. However, the next card I'm planning on getting is a true dual slot. So, that means the next card I want to get should fit snugly, very snugly, actually, probably too snugly. I'm going to have to test the cooling on that. In between these two cards, so it's going to be in between the Quadro and the LN2 edition. And I guess I should test it individually as well. I will do that. So the Quadro will stay in there at all times for video performance sake. But these two will be removed, LN2 and GOC edition, so that I can do some individual testing on my next card, which I do think you will really like. Now with that big cliffhanger out of the way, once again, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, then please remember to like, favorite, comment, share, and of course subscribe. And I suppose before I should go, I should make a complete video card channel. It's of course on the edge of the table, and there's like $2,800 worth of stuff right there. And I'm only really doing that so that I can show you my new pressure thing. It's some HDX thing. It works okay. HDX, 2 gallons. It looks something like this. This hose can come off and the end of it can have multiple different ends. I think you all know this. It's a standard mini pressure thing. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, Gambio. I will see you in the next video.